Hello, I am Cheryl Abram, and this is the Train the Trainer session for individuals who will be teaching with the in Mississippi. I'm going to go over this presentation to show you how the Cyber Future material is to be taught based on the way that we've designed it. So I'm Cheryl Abram. I am the lead designer of the Cyber Future content, and Dr. Wesley Phillips is the SME and assistant designer of the content. You know, both of us, we've met, and you know that you can reach out to any one of us at any time if there are any questions about the content that you'll be teaching in Mississippi. Now, I want to get a little bit into the content design just so you understand why and how we've designed things the way we have. So for Cyber's Future, this cybersecurity program, we come at it with an athlete's mindset. You know, this is the way that we want the kids and the participants to see this content, because we want them to be motivated to do it themselves, just as they would in sports, whatever sport that they play. When you play a sport, you have clear goals, you have very quick feedback. Of course, you're playing on a team, okay, and you all have the same purpose to win and do well. When you're on a team and when you have an athlete's mindset, you know that you use both your mind and your body, okay, to get the work done. And also, being on a team and in a sport, it relies on skill, but also on talent that you naturally have. And for this reason, the individuals who will be facilitating the training, you are a learning coach. You're not a teacher, you're not a trainer, you're not an instructor, you're a learning coach, okay? Because what your job is going to be mainly is to inspire individuals to explore, discover, and figure things out on their own. And why is this important? Why is this important for Cyber's future? Because of AI. This is one of the main reasons why we've designed it so that you are learning coaches, because anyone can be trained to do something. Just as AI is being trained to do various things in the world right now. Okay. And it's just getting started. All right. We need individuals who know how to learn. That's different from being trained. You can delegate training. Someone can go to training for you. Someone can train a class for you. You can never delegate learning, ever. You can't tell someone, please go to this class and learn this for me. That's not possible. So we want to be sure that the individuals who are in these cybersecurity courses and projects, they know how to learn. And just sitting there listening to somebody talk and remembering what they said is not learning. Okay. And we're going to get more into detail about that. So you as a learning coach, these are your duties, okay, to create space for them to be able to explore and discover things. We want you to provide perspective. Don't give answers. Okay. Think about what a coach does. All right. We want you to ask questions and help them learn how to research and use their own judgment in doing the things that they're doing until they get to the correct solution. We want you to be supportive, maintain safe test environments, making sure that they have virtual machines and, the things like that are needed for their projects. And recognizing and valuing all forms of learning output. So in the next slide, we're going to see how we designed this and the reason why we want to look for immediate learning output. Okay, here. This is the way that we've designed the content. Now, all the control we have is on the left side, input. Okay, this is all about the design of the Cyber Future content. The middle is what happens when the learner is listening, is doing their work. It's the stuff we don't see. We have no idea what's going on in their heads, how they're feeling. We know none of that. All we're going to be able to know is what their immediate, not the right side, but their immediate output is, that immediate evidence of learning as work. When work and learning are the same thing, okay? It's physical and mental energy used to produce something. When we see what they're producing, okay, that will help us understand what they're learning. The work that they do and what they're producing from that work will help us know if they're learning. Okay. If they're not producing anything, all right, then chances are they're not really doing stuff in this hidden area to really learn and understand the material. And of course, the output of the program is that they have that cybersecurity work portfolio. Um, oh, I spelled cybersecurity incorrectly. Work portfolio, of course, those who go for A plus, network plus, security plus, all that for their work credentials and any other contributions that they make. Okay, but this is what Dr. Phillips and I are concerned with. But I did want you to at least see how the things were designed, the stuff that goes into this program. And of course, you are also going to be responsible for monitoring their progress. And there's a rubric that you're going to have that's part of the Google Classroom that you're going to have access to that covers these areas. Now, the primary content for what you're going to be doing is coming straight from CompTIA. Okay, they're going to be using the CompTIA labs and other CompTIA material as their primary study resources. The projects that are in Google Classroom, okay, which is there's a screenshot of it over here. This is to supplement what they are learning and studying in the CompTIA content, okay? Because these projects will allow them to actually get their minds and their hands on the concepts that they've been studying in the material to help them further uh, understand the material, giving them a better chance of actually passing that exam the first time. Now, as for you and the resources you have, I'll show you more of this, and you'll see more of this in the Google Classroom. I've created various guides for you as the learning coach. Okay, general guides on how to facilitate the projects, and also very specific guides for some of the projects. Like there's a mobile application project, and there's a very specific facilitation guide for that you're going to have access to, to help you help the students work through those projects. All right, now let's get to the content delivery. From what I understand, you're going to be meeting face to face, at least for a while, maybe once or twice a week. If that is the case, there are some get to know you type sessions that you can do, things you can do. And there's a link to this low tech social network exercise in Google Classroom for you, but something like this, because it's important that you are aware of who you're talking to. You have to be aware of who the student is, okay? Know what they already know. Like, what do you already know about this topic? Don't just assume that they don't know anything, because, with the way things are going today, many of these individuals are not even in the cybersecurity or the IT field, but they know a lot. Okay, they may not know that they know a lot because they don't know the particular language and stuff that goes with this, but they know a lot. So let's not just assume they don't know anything. We want them to use what they know, and we want to bring that out. We want to help them see what they already know about this content. Of course, knowing the learning styles of the students and the individuals is very important. And I have a whole sheet about the various learning styles as well that you'll have access to in the Google Classroom. All of the content is aligned with the NICE framework, okay, for cybersecurity. As we move on, we're going to look at a cyber threat analyst. So we're going to use that one work role to go through all the various steps that Cyrus Futures uses to explain and teach the content. All right, now let's get to these examples. So this is an infographic of for the learning coach to help guide you into the various things that you do so that these students, participants, individuals know and understand all these various cybersecurity concepts, okay? When you, on the left side, inspire curiosity, the learner will, and it tells you on the right side what they're going to do, okay? It's like a cause and effect, all right? And for each of these, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about using that threat analyst example. Okay. First, when you inspire curiosity, I don't know if you've seen this before. This is a cyber threat map. Okay. They're all over the internet. A lot of people have them, have created them. Beginning with the way IT and cybersecurity concepts show up in everyday life is a great place to start to inspire curiosity. Like, I had no idea that I already do threat hunting. When I'm checking my body to see how I feel, to see if I'm sick. When a car mechanic is listening for sounds, is investigating, looking for various things, looking under the car. You know what I mean? That's like threat hunting. Okay. Something is supposed to be a certain way. All right. There's a baseline for the way you feel. There's a baseline for the way your car sounds and performs. But if something is there, throwing it off that baseline, now you got to go find what is that? Like, what's happening there. And then find the vulnerability, the disease, the leaky oil, whatever, and fix it. Okay. It's the same thing that we do in IT systems. Okay. When we do threat hunting, there's a certain baseline that you establish for your IT system. And then when you threat hunt, you go and you look around and you see if there are any anomalies. Is anything anomalous in here? Is anything happening in here that shouldn't really be happening? Okay. And that would be an introduction to threat hunting. Okay. Oh, okay. Is that what threat hunting is like? So let me go and look more into that. Release control. This is a very important one. And it's probably, if you're already a teacher or an instructor, this is going to be the hardest one for you to do. The hardest one for you to do is to get your paws off of what the learner is doing. Okay. And a fabulous way to do that is to offer options. Okay. We're talking about threat hunting. These individuals are in Mississippi. What does threat hunting look like in Mississippi? For the major job functions, the major work roles in Mississippi, one of which is agriculture. Okay. Anywhere there's IT, you're going to have cybersecurity. Okay. So everywhere that work is being done with IT in Mississippi, cybersecurity is right there. Right. So allow them the freedom to go and look where their interest is. Agriculture is big in Mississippi. Another big area is energy. Okay. Another big area is car manufacturing. Cybersecurity in the car manufacturing industry is so interesting. Very, very, very interesting stuff going on there. So allow them the freedom to go off and see what does threat hunting look like in these various places. Okay. And then let's come together and talk about that. Okay. And then we can do projects related to those things. All right. The next one is to stimulate attention. Now, this is about using all five senses to learn and understand something. We typically do what we're doing now. We look at slides or movies or whatever, and we listen. So it's the eyes and the ears, basically, with listening to somebody talk, listening to a video, listening to whatever. With this right here, stimulated attention, I smell a rat. This is a packet sniffer. Now, it's not really smelling, something. But also, you can listen to your power supply, listen to your fan, and you can hear if data exfiltration is going on. Did you know that? All right. There are several articles about that, about how you can actually hear when the CPU is working really, really hard. Okay. And that could be an indication of a threat. Okay. Go off script. Do something unexpected. For example, somebody made a threat hunting mixtape. You can find this on Spotify. You can actually find this on Spotify. They made a mixtape so that while they're threat hunting, they have music in the background. I think this is fabulous. This is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Actually have that as an assignment, to come back, create a mixtape with 4 or 5 or a tape with 4 or 5 songs on it, bring it back. Let's see what you got that you can use while you're doing your threat hunting projects. Okay. We want to introduce competition. This is another thing that you want to do, as far as the projects are concerned with this activity here in Mississippi. Introduce competition. Now, I wrote this in my own command line. Desktop detective challenge, hunt for system clues. Okay, you give them. It's almost like an escape room type thing. Okay, and they're timed with how long it's going to take them. With a certain time to get this done. They're going to hunt for system clues on their own machines, whatever they have. Okay, whatever machine they have, and come back with this information. Okay, people love competition and encourage sharing. Anything I make, I want to share it. Okay, if it's especially if I think it's cool and other people will think so too. I created all of these avatars with ChatGPT. Okay. Of course, I modified it with the background and, and all that stuff. But the final product is what you see here because I am sick of seeing all these adversarial groups, but we don't have anything for cyber defenders. So I said, fine, I'll make my own. Okay. So I'm beginning to make my own cyber defender universe. And these are four of the groups. These are groups. Okay, these are not people. These are groups right now of cyber defenders. So you can have them create their own threat hunter, okay, or create their own cyber defender, or create a persona of themselves, as a cyber defender using AI, or if they draw, some people draw really, really well. They can draw their own and bring that back, and they'll share something like that. They'll absolutely share that on social media. Hey, look at what I did. If they're on LinkedIn or or whatever, they'll share it. Because but that's just what we you want to encourage them to share. And the way that you encourage them to share is to have them create something that they're proud of, that they want other people to see, that they want other folks to know, hey, look, this is what I was able to accomplish. This is what I did. And in the end, as I said before, we want them to take all the work that they've done, the projects that they've done, the screenshots that they've taken of the work of the projects and the work that they've done, and place it into their own cybersecurity portfolio. They can start to build this up, okay, so that as they begin to do more, they update it as they go along. And this is something that an employer or a client can actually go to look at to see the work that they've done, okay, along with whatever they have on their resume. All right. Okay. And that's all I have for this train the trainer session, to let you know how we do it with Cyber's Future. Of course, I'm Cheryl Abram. You can post a message in the Google Classroom, okay, if you want me to see it, and I can answer any questions that you may have about what's in there. And also email me at my Future Kings email address. And if you're teaching with Mississippi, you already have that. Okay, I didn't want to put it on here because this is going to be on my YouTube channel. But just reach out to me or Dr. Phillips. You have both of our contact information, and we're more than happy to help. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.